Hey, it's Matt Webley here. Hope you're doing all right. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about what are the best SaaS and micro SaaS ideas to build right now. And the truth is, only you can answer that because it depends on too many factors. But I do have a strategy that I like to teach my students that I think is very, very, very difficult to compete with. It's a strategy I kind of came up with myself, although it will seem very logical. It's extremely, extremely effective and, like I say, very difficult to compete with. So, what are the best SaaS and micro SaaS ideas? Truth is, look, if you can create some unique idea and it becomes a smash hit success, then obviously that was the best idea ever, weren't it? Because it worked out for you. But most people aren't going to do that. Most people aren't going to be able to do that. And I don't think you should do that. If your primary goal is to create a cash flowing SaaS business, micro SaaS business, whether that's $1,000 a month, $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month or more, then the quickest, easiest way to do that is not to create something brand spanking new that nobody's ever seen before. It's to do this. It's to go into a market where there's existing competition that's entrenched, that's been there for a while, maybe they've been there 5 years, 10 years, maybe longer, that you could imagine building with AI in about 30 days. You don't want to create some SaaS that's going to take you 12 months to build, because honestly, in 12 months' time, I don't know what the SaaS landscape looks like. It looks very different to right now. I mean, I don't think it's going to happen in 12 months' time, but at some point, you're just going to be able to go, clone me this website, clone me this app, and it's just going to do it, and it's going to do it perfectly. We might be 5 years away, I don't know, we might be 3 years away, might be 10 years away, may never happen. It will happen. Spoiler alert, it definitely will happen. It's not if, it's when. But anyway, so you go into a market that's got entrenched competition, and you clone the core feature set. Most of these tools, let's say some micro niched down B2B SaaS app, most of these tools have got like maybe 5 major features. I mean, you could break it down into 1 or 2 major features if you really go broad, but I'm talking about if you just look at the main core features, it's probably about 5. There could be 10, but there's not usually. There'd be like probably 4, 5, 6 primary core features, and then there'd be a bunch of secondary ones. But you go into a slither of a micro niche. You find some software that's already selling, and you could do this by just going into forums, into groups, into communities, into YouTube channel comments, TikTok channel comments, and you see what the people in that niche are using. You could just ask them, what tools are you using for this? And they're very, very often going to tell you. In fact, it would be very rare for them not to tell you. There's a lot of affiliate links flying around, so somebody will tell you. And when you see the same names coming up again and again, oh, I use this, I use that, I use this. Well, there you go. You've proven there's a market there. You've proven that there's a customer base there for that tool. So you can essentially clone the core feature set of that tool and go to market. But again, you want to be building this thing in 30 days, maybe maximum 60 days with AI, because it's took them 2, 3, 4, 5 years plus to build and iterate on that product you're essentially going to clone in 2 months. Now, are all markets appropriate for this tactic? No, absolutely not. Would I try and create some email autoresponder and compete with those boys using AI? No, I wouldn't. But is there some like weird little business that's really niched down where the people that operate that business use tools, but maybe there's not a tool that's specifically created for them and they have to use some service tool and like budget together and make it work for them? Perfect example, I always think about this one, my old window cleaner at my old house in the UK. He used some website, some SaaS called Squeegee. I don't know if it's squeegee.me or something like that, but Squeegee, like, you know, the squeegee things that you clean windows with, and it was a window cleaning company. And I thought window cleaners wouldn't be that kind of forward thinking or technical to even subscribe to some software to help them run the business, but they do. Loads of small businesses will subscribe to these software tools because it makes maybe collecting payments easier, reminding customers of appointments, chasing customers for payments, communications with customers. Like, one simple low-cost tool could make a small business owner's life so much easier, faster, better, and cheaper by just solving the problem specific to that kind of micro niche. So that's a perfect example. UK window cleaners. That software's broadened out from the look of it, and they're trying to take on a more service market. But that's the way to attack a market. Go micro niche, super slither window cleaners in the UK. That's where they start. And then, okay, well, we'll add this niche to it and try and expand out. So you start in the micro niche and then you expand out. And then you take on bigger and bigger niches, but you got your foot in the door in that micro niche. So what I'm saying is, look, is there some tiny micro niche that's being maybe serviced by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 competitors? You don't want to go into a market where there's loads, like there's hundreds or there's 20 or something like that, or they're doing it at the super high levels. Micro niche down, because if you make something for a very, very particular niche, like personal trainers in the UK that run their own business from home, or yoga instructors that run a small business from home, or gardeners that run a small business from home, or doggy daycare walkers that run a small business from home. There's all tiny little micro niches, and there's lots of people that earn a living in that space, and right now they might be using a tool that you could clone the core feature set of, or they might be using something that's not made for their niche. And if you essentially took the core features of that broad level software they're having to use because there's nothing for them, and then you actually just position it in the market for that micro niche, essentially you've not created anything new. You've just gone, look, this is my target market and I'm going to solve their problem. And it's not all service-based businesses in the UK, or all service-based businesses in the US, or all service-based businesses in the world. That's too broad. You go, okay, no, it's just, I don't know, like I could niche it down even further. Imagine you created some software not for window cleaners, but imagine you created some software for commercial window cleaners in the UK. So people with commercial rounds, and you specifically zero in on what it is that those commercial window cleaners running a commercial window cleaning round would want, or a commercial cleaning company, or whatever. And you think about, what can you automate away and make easier for them? What can you kind of simplify and make faster? What can you make better? What can you make cheaper? So you look at the problems in that niche and you just go, well, I'll solve that by doing this, solve that by doing this, solve that by doing that. And all of a sudden now, your software is really valuable to that small business owner. So just running through a little exercise for you to go down little rabbit holes. But honestly, like I say, creating something brand spanking new, whilst can be massively lucrative and profitable, and it's definitely a strategy you could pursue. If you get it right, you could hit a home run. But you're going to get more wrong. Now, if you just go into a market where there's already 2, 3 competitors, maybe 4 or 5 competitors, servicing that market, you can clone their core feature set. You can add a unique selling point, 10, 20% better. You can have a double length free trial that they've all got, and you can maybe go half the price. And that's the sweet spot for breaking into a market that's maybe been there for 10, 20 years, with entrenched competition, doing it the old school way with humans, and you come along and you bust into that market in 2 months. Now, you might say, well, that's going to create a race to the bottom, but I'm not suggesting you start in some super hyper competitive space whereby everyone's going to flood into it. I'm suggesting you micro niche down right from the start. So maybe you are in a space of one, because like I say, the people in that space are using broader level software and making it work for their business, say. No, I'm saying you make it work for this business, not the broad level tool that they're using and that they fudge to make it work. You actually go, right, all right, I'm going to take the core feature set of that broad level thing, but really position it perfectly and market it to these people. So it speaks in their language, in their jargon, in their specific use cases right out the box. So say this company, I don't know, let's take a gardening, lawn mowing business, SaaS, right? Maybe they have particular contracts that are specific to an industry body that all lawn care specialists are part of. I don't know, I'm just making this up, but like you could have a contract in your software that's specifically written by lawyers or ChatGPT or whatever for that specific lawn care industry that is exactly perfect for those people. So now they're not having to put their own contract into some broad level software and just make it work. Out of the box, your software is the obvious choice because it's got the exact right contract in there that takes into account industry practice norms and all that stuff. So it's about understanding a micro niche problem or problems really, really well, better than anybody else does, and then just cloning the core feature set that market demands because they just expect it. They won't buy your SaaS if it doesn't do these things. So you clone that core feature set. And when I say clone, I don't mean copy. I just mean emulate, make similar, whatever. Just the problems that their software is fixing with their features, you've got to fix with yours. Even if you're doing it a total different way, you've got to fix the same problems. So you do that, but then you add your own little bit of spice on top. You add 10, 20%, like one or two USPs that makes yours really different. So then you may be positioned very particularly and specifically for that micro niche, that particular customer, that avatar that you've got in mind. I'm going to solve this avatar's problem better than other people do. And you're solving the problem. You've got the core feature set in that they expect. You've got some unique selling points, which only have to be unique features. So you maybe have that could have been a unique feature. They have to upload their own contracts to the software because they're using some general software. Whereas on your software, there's a contract pre-built into it because you understand the market better. So hopefully that makes sense. So what are the best SaaS ideas to build right now? If cash flow, building a business quickly in the next 60 days or so is your primary goal, then I say go into a market that is pre-existing, that with proven demand, and go take 1, 2, 5, 10% of somebody else's customers and then become an obvious choice as one of the top 3, 4, 5 in that space on the tip of everybody's tongue and just find your way into that world. I think that's probably the best way to do it. The other way is to try and hit a home run and create some brand new idea. If you get it right, you could make an absolute fortune, but you're going to get it wrong more often than not. So it depends what you want. It depends what your primary goal is. Is it getting to a micro SaaS income of 2, 3, 5, 10K a month relatively quickly before the end of 2025? Well, then the way to do it is to break into a market that's already existing. Or is it to hit a home run and maybe get to $500,000 a month MRR, well then you're probably going to have to do something a little bit more unique. But remember, Calendly is a very simple, very basic, kind of annoying calendar booking app. It did something like $236 million in 2023. I think maybe last year it did $350 million or something like that. It's something like $10 a month, crappy little calendar booking app. How does it make hundreds of millions of dollars a month? It's just the beauty of SaaS. There's so much money in the software as a service business model, and now with AI and AI agents, anybody can be a SaaS founder. You don't have to have an idea, you don't have to have technical abilities, you don't have to have deep pockets, you don't have to have marketing skills or connections or anything else. A single person, solopreneur, you, even with no experience in business, no experience in coding, no experience in software as a service, can build a SaaS business. And I think it's probably the best number one opportunity for normal people to actually create life-changing income and potentially even get rich. On the internet right now, and I've been selling online for over 23 years, I've seen it all, I've done it all, and building your own micro SaaS project with AI and AI agents to shortcut the process and remove the technical barrier is probably the best way to build a business very quickly, whereby you could quit your job, live the life of your dreams, go live wherever you want in the world, start going on actual vacations you enjoy, stop having to jump to the tunes of somebody else. It's just a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. And I've got a SaaS prototype generator tool coming out in the next few days, which is going to show you, well, it's just, you just answer 6 questions and you essentially copy the document that it creates into an AI agent. I'll tell you exactly what to do. It's dead easy, 3 steps. Answer these 6 questions, open an AI agent with free credits, and then copy this thing that my tool makes and paste it into that agent and watch it work. 10, 12, 15 minutes later, you're going to have a working SaaS app. It's not going to be saleable, but you're going to have a working SaaS app, and you're going to go, I was going to swear, I'm not going to swear. Oh, damn, is what you're going to say. You're going to say, oh, damn. In 12 minutes, I just built some software. Well, what's stopping me from just taking that, iterating on it, building on it, putting all the things in place, and then marketing that as a real life software tool and going out into the market and making some real money? Nothing's stopping you. Nothing's stopping you. I got into software as a service because somebody else built a tool, and I talked myself out of it because I thought it was too technical, too expensive, too this. And I watched this absolute clown create a Chrome extension, and I thought, well, if that clown with no experience and no clue what he's doing can make a Chrome extension, well, I can make a Chrome extension, and I did. And a few years later, we're up to 6 figures every month, selling simple, basic software as a subscription because the demand is insatiable. And the beauty of it is, like 8 years ago, whenever it was that I started building SaaS, you needed deep pockets, you needed technical ability, you needed entrepreneurial skills, and you needed a stomach of steel because it's a business that you have to spend a lot of money and time to get into with no guarantees. And I did it, and it worked out for me. But now anybody can do it. You don't need the deep pockets. You don't need the technical expertise because you can speak in natural language to the AI and AI agents, and it builds your software. And like I say, my SaaS prototype generator tool that's coming out in the next few days, and I'll show you it on this channel. In fact, you can use it for free on this channel. I'll make a video about it. You can use it, and I'll start linking it below as well. But you can use it for free. You can build your own SaaS. And then that will hopefully inspire you to go, hang on, just like I had to see that guy that was a clown build some software and made me go, well, if he can do it, I can do it. Like, that was the catalyst for me. I'm hoping your catalyst is you use my free tool by answering 6 simple questions, of which you can click AI suggest on all of them. And then you just copy and paste this thing, hit go, and it builds some software, and you go, oh, I see what Matt's saying. And I'm hoping that's the catalyst for you. Anyway, if you're interested in building an AI-based software as a service business from scratch, even if you've got no idea, no clue, not much money, no business experience, if you want to take that journey, you can book a call with me and we can chat about it and whether it'd be a good fit for you. There's a link down below to work with me. So click that if you want to. But otherwise, look out for my SaaS prototype generator free tool that's coming out in the next few days. Just got to finish it up. Just got to put a few little minor tweaks on it, and then it's good to go. So yeah, thanks for watching. Start building some blooming SaaS. Never been a better time. It's one of those things whereby if you don't do it, it'll be like seeing Bitcoin in 2013 and not buying it. And then you look back 10 years later and go, God, I wish I'd have built some SaaS in 2025 when it was really easy. Not that easy that everybody's doing it because they don't know how to yet, but easy enough that you could do it if you know what you're doing, and you can build a business around it. So yeah, thanks for watching. That's what this channel's all about anyway. Subscribe if you fancy it. Give me a like if you enjoyed this video. Ask me whatever in the comments down below. I answer all my questions. Usually I read them all anyway, for sure. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.